Okay, I think this light is better. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to another vlog. I don't know. I do not know what to do this morning. I actually want to go pick up something. I'm already dressed. I don't know if it's doesn't matter. I'm already almost dressed, but I'm feeling, I have a very strong feeling to change this top. I might do that. Anyways, I just want to check in. How are you doing? Hope you are doing fine. This is summer break, by the way. I feel stressed and summer hasn't even fully started yet. Thankfully, we have a program in church this week, so that might take get my mind busy and running a little bit. I am home with the kids now, and I don't know. This summer break, it's every summer break, but it's like I transitioned from having just 2 kids at home with me to having 3, and I promise you that is a lot. Being at home with 3 kids, it's like I cannot do anything. That's my issue. Like, I really cannot do anything. And let me mention, okay, my first daughter is almost 6 now, so technically I have a 6-year-old or 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. That age bracket is a little all over the place. Not too much, obviously, but it's like the toddler wants to be attached to the hip. The school age ones always need something. For example, I'm just like, I need to get to the restroom quick. Let me just put on the TV and I'm coming back. And the moment I stepped into the restroom, what I heard was, "Hey, mommy, a bad guy appeared on the TV." And I'm like, oh, where is the bad guy? I quickly rushed out. Almost hurt myself. Where is the bad guy? And they're like, oh, the bad guy is already crying. He's sorry now. What's that? What's that? I almost got hot. Like, I can hardly have a minute. Anyway, let's get dressed and go pick up my order from Target, and hopefully I'm able to make it to Walmart. I want to pick up a particular diaper from Walmart, and that's something that that is very important. So I might have to make it there against all odds. Let's get ready. So I changed my mind. I'm not changing the top anymore. Not because I do not want to, but I can't find anyone right now, and I am not ready to dive into the pile of laundry that I haven't arranged. So let's just get my face prepped. Okay. Oh my god. So we are here at Target for the pickup. We are waiting for them to bring the stuff out. My eye, like, I barely made it here because this eye is disturbing me a lot. I had to like use sunglasses even though it's not so sunny. Since I had my last baby, this eye, both my eye like has been disturbing me more than ever. I mean, my eye kind of like disturbed me from time to time, but now it's like it's worse. And this eye has been itchy and paining and just doing all sorts, doing too much. Anyways, let's wait for the pickup. We should get to Walmart. Do you guys still have energy?
Now you already learned here that it's bad, right? Because the sin that God hates forever. We all know that sin is bad, God hates sin, and God takes sin seriously. And if God, if God wants to take sin seriously, He wants to do something about it, right? God wants to do something about it because He takes it seriously. And people were in the Oh no!
you're gonna put your yellow. Get your yellow. Yellow.
Everybody have your yellow color.
Yellow. Good job. No. You spread it. You hold it like
gold into the ink to show how special the Bible was. Now, do you think in the 1200s a king would have owned the Bible? Yes. You say no. Okay. A king would have most likely never even seen a Bible. That's how isolated they were to the monasteries. And even if you could get your hands on the Bible, only 2% of people could read really well enough to read a Bible. So how do you think are some of the ways people taught the Bible if you couldn't get your hands on the Bible? The Bible is the first book to ever be printed. And it would take a lot of stamps to arrange and then clean them. So later they developed this full page stamp, and it's called the stereotype. Now we have the first page of Psalms and a page of the Vulgate. And I'm going to demonstrate how this would work. First you would take the pad and you would dip it to the ink, and then you would dip it onto the stereotype like this. Now it's super inefficient, it's really hard to get it even, so later they developed the brayer, which is a roller. So have you seen this in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yes, some of you have. They use it for painting. And for painting. Like that. Is that real ink? Yeah, we have ink. Thank you. Do we have all of the stamps?
We are here at the Bible Museum. This is really good. Oh God, my face. I am trying to...
In the beginning,
Oopsie.
God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and
Okay.
void,
Wow.
and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light.
And he was very scared that he was not going to go to heaven because he was sinning. He would think something bad about someone, and he'd go to the monk and he'd confess. And he'd be there for hours and hours, to the point where when he would come to confess, they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to be here like for 6 hours." For the smallest things, because he always felt guilty about what he did. He always was scared. He's gone through a war, and they had lost a lot of their money because their churches were being destroyed, and they wanted a lot of money to rebuild it. So you know what they did? They would tell people that if you want your sins to forgiven, you'd have to pay them. And if your family had died, they would say you can pay for their sins to be forgiven too. So they were paying money to be forgiven. And Martin Luther's looking at that, he's like, that's not right. That's not in the Bible. So he got so mad on that. Actually, it was the day of Halloween. That's the day of the Reformation. He went to the big church. He went to the big doors, and he posted the 95 theses, 95 points where the Catholic Church were teaching things that were wrong. And that's what started the Reformation of the corruption that was in the church. Now, this is the start of the Reformation. I'm going to point to you to the Tyndale right here. William Tyndale is the second person to translate the Bible into English. And he, unfortunately, was exiled twice. Because once for the New Testament, once for the Old Testament, because he translated the Bible in English. Again, remember, people did not like that the Bible was being translated in English, and they wanted to kill people who did it, yes? He was forced out of his country. He could not come to his home. It would be like someone came to your house, kicked you out, and said, you cannot live in this country.
Why would they like structuring the Bible into English when it's like literally legal today?
Well, you have to think about it. There's a reason why it's legal today, and it's because of the sacrifices of these people. If it wasn't for these people who died, we would not have the Bible like we have it today. We would still think like the people did back then. And so, William Tyndale, his dream was to get the Bible in English, and the king was so mad. He had him exiled and bounty, and they went and caught him. And they chained him to a stake, and they burned him alive. And his final words were written to be that he looked up to the heavens and he prayed to God. And he said, "Lord, open the King of England's eyes." And the very next year, 3 months later, Henry VIII legalizes the English Bible, and that's when it becomes legal. And God answered his prayer. And so God always answers prayer just never in the way that we expect. Because King Henry VIII wasn't the best person. He was pretty famous for doing a lot of bad things. He wanted to divorce his wife. The Pope said no. He kicked out the Pope as the head of the church, declared himself head of the church, and that's where we get the Anglican faith, the Anglican denomination. Now, he would use a large part of Tyndale's work up until the point where the King James Version, have you guys heard of the King James Version? Yeah. What's the version that you guys read for the Bible? New Living Translation. That's a good one.
English Standard Version.
English Standard Version, ESV is a very good one. KJV is the one that's the King James Version. NIV. My favorite is NASB. So, it's 83% of Tyndale's work. So you're still reading Tyndale's words to this day. Out of all the people right here, he was the best king. So even if you are young, you can still do great things for God. Doesn't matter your age. And unfortunately, he was very sick and he died young. And in his stead came Mary the First. Now raise your hand if you've heard of Bloody Mary. Yeah. Okay, a lot of you have heard of Bloody Mary. So we call her Bloody Mary because she killed 300 Protestants under her rule. She hated the Reformations happening. She reversed all the Reformations and persecuted. Persecuted means she would kill people because they didn't think like her. And so, she was a serial killer. And those that survived fled to Geneva in Switzerland and started this Geneva New Testament. And what's really important about this Bible is it is the first Bible to have verses. And so those little numbers on the corners, if you look at our older Bibles, there's none of those little numbers. It starts over here. Now right here we have another doll. And that right here, he lived during the time and he is Benjamin Franklin's great-grandfather. So he is the great-grandfather of one of the founding fathers of America. And he wanted to read the English Bible. But unfortunately, if he got caught reading the English Bible, he could be killed. So he would have to read it in secret. And he would have a child, just like you, posted in the corner, and they would say, all right, someone's coming. And he would hide his Bible under the stool. So if you look under the stool, there's a Bible hidden in there. I usually lift it up, but you guys are over here.
Oh, I see a Bible. I see it.
You see it?
It's clipped.
Yes, it's there.
You will only clip it under the thing, so the people will not see that he's reading it. It's not the Bible.
Yes, exactly. Now, the Wicked Bible is called the Wicked Bible because they have a typo. They forgot to add a word. Instead of saying thou shalt not commit adultery, it says thou shalt commit adultery. So this is important to know because when they found a mistake in the Bible, they burned these Bibles. They never printed this Bible again in the printing press. Yes, there's only 11 left in the world. And they threw the man in jail. So this is important because when a mistake happens like this, they took it very seriously.
Wow.
They put him in jail.
Like, this is serious.
Wait, Tyndale?
No, not Tyndale. The man who printed this Bible. His name is Robert Parker. Okay, right here, we have Queen Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Now, Elizabeth, she's a great queen. And she actually, when the Genevans kind of finished their Bible, it takes a lot of money to finish a Bible. And in Spain, we had the same problem. There was a man named Casiodoro de Reina who also could not have a Bible in Spanish. It was illegal. So he had to flee to Geneva, and he met with the Protestants. So when Queen Elizabeth came, she agreed to give the money to finish that Bible. And that's the Bible that Shakespeare would end up using. And in every one of his plays, he references that Bible. And she gave the money for the Spanish Bible. And it's called La Reina Valera. It's basically like the King James Version for Spanish speakers. And in English, La Reina Valera means the valued queen. So he named it after her. And you have a connection with Spanish and English. Now we're going to get to the King James Bible. Subscribed to was a Bible. What they would do is Bibles were really expensive. So you could buy a subscription. And it would mail to you packets of the Bible. And in 2 years, you would have the whole Bible. Over there. They found the American Bible Society. It's their dream that anybody that comes to the shores of America would get a Bible in their own language. They cared so much about this, they would give Bibles for free for people who didn't have money. They would translate the Bible in any language, and they made a Braille Bible. So this is a Bible for the blind.
That looks like a question on how Helen Keller learned how to read.
Like Helen Keller learned how to read. They would use she would use signs
like Christian and Taoism back in the day.
back in the day. But when Mao had a cultural revolution, he was against all of religions, and he has taken away Buddhism, Christianity, a lot of the religions. Feng Shui, there was like an entire religion that just got persecuted, and they killed every single, nearly, they were
Led by Mao Zedong.
led by Mao Zedong, and then it's been taken up by every leader after that. This is one of these underground churches, and they were so isolated, they thought they were the last Christians left in the world. They were surprised to hear there were Christians in America, and they were excited. They were asking all these questions. And the very next day, all of these Chinese Christians woke up at 5 a.m. and the missionary said, what happened? What's going on? They're like, don't worry. It's okay. We decided every day at 5 a.m. we're going to pray for the Christians in America. And that's where I like to end my tours, where every day, you know, at 5 a.m. there's a Chinese Christian who's praying for you every single day. Okay.
I did not bring my money to buy this. She bought me one. She really did. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Is that your testimony? Listen. Even before I pray, Jehovah Nissi answered me. So let you go. He has done it for me. He has helped me when I'm serious. And given me peace of my good. So let you go. He has done it for me. See the way he answered me.
This week's vlog. I obviously plan to vlog every week now, so this will be like the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog as much as I enjoyed few minutes. It's been a busy week. I actually wanted to vlog my daily activity today, cooking and all of that, but I am tired. I am exhausted to say the least. The last 3 days with the VBS from church and even my week. This week, my husband has been very busy, so the kids have been on me for the major part, and then going to church for the VBS. Like, it was just going back and coming. It's been very fulfilling week, I promise. It's been very fulfilling week, and obviously I'll put the description of my church in the caption. If you are around Texas by any means, make sure you visit my church. We have so many beautiful activities that are coming up this summer. You can join us at any moment, and if you are not here physically, you can also you can always join online. Anyways, it's time to unwind now. I have things that I want to do. I want to edit some pictures and send to the group, and basically, to be honest, I want to sleep. This is 5:49, so for the most part, I want to make sure that I sleep early, and sleeping early for me will be to sleep around 9 p.m. honestly, because I don't normally sleep until very late in the night. So today I want to make sure I sleep at maybe 8 or 9 p.m. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? What are you doing? Subscribe so that you will be the first to be notified anytime I upload any video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, let me know what you think. Those of you that always see me on the road, in the store, you're like, oh, I saw your videos, thank you so much. And those of you who always give me feedback on my different social media platforms, I want you to know that I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. But don't stop, okay? Please don't stop. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
You're my strongest inspiration, and I